Hello, collective and chosen ones. Welcome to my channel. It's so nice to have you here. Know that you're always loved and appreciated. If this is the first time you're here, welcome. And for all regular viewers, welcome back. So this channel is about building and generating a high momentum of frequency and how to navigate using your experiences. So today I'm going to be culminating a series of shorts that I've been producing for the past week, but just elaborating more on it and also talking about the energy. So I won't be doing any oracle messages as in using the wooden sticks. But if there's any channel messages coming up, I will also add that to the past shorts reading. So a few days ago, I talked about you surviving a storm. All throughout your life and leading up to today, you've survived a storm of treacherous, like a minefield. So many days you've seen lots of darkness, like you're stuck in a tunnel. And in between, you have gone through so much adversities, being stuck, confronting a lot of fear, grief, and not to mention isolation. During this time, in between, all I can say is that you think, or you thought that you were always alone, but you always had a lot of guardian angels and spirit with you. You just didn't really think about it. Your journey has been quite challenging and you survived it like a phoenix. You rose above everything on top of that. You went through a lot of miracles. And I used to think that miracles can only happen maybe not even once in my lifetime. But throughout my life, I've experienced quite a lot. I just didn't think to appreciate it. And now I do every single day. When I wake up, I have thought about how many things I'm grateful for. Having my family members, even though sometimes we don't see eye to eye. But I still need to think about how I'm grateful having them to help me learn my life path and spiritual lessons. Those experiences have made you to be your resilient self now and able to survive quite a lot. And if you tell the normal person in your community, they just think you're lying, or they just think you're complaining about your life. You've had to undergo quite a lot of adversities in order to be the chosen one and the leader. You've also had to pour in a lot into your family, friends, and co-workers, or everywhere you go. You always give it all you have, and in some ways you go out of your way. But in return, a lot of people are not like you. And in fact, I really can't think of anyone that's like you. So you get mistreated in return because they can't give you what you give them. So they mistake your kindness for weakness. And because you're always there, they don't even think that they've crossed boundaries so many times. It's not until you've had enough and you're not getting in return a reciprocal arrangement, you took your power back. But instead of them mistreating you and you taking revenge. You don't take the revenge. Your revenge is the silent exit. So you've been pulling your energy back from various people, not once, but several times, and several people in your life. Family members, close friends, and so-called close colleagues. All of a sudden, you start to pull away and you don't respond to certain comments, messages, and then eventually you block them on your contacts or social media. And so the access is denied. So the energy is no longer there. And some of them that don't understand why you're all of a sudden doing this will start to talk about you. They will make up things and they will be very angry. But this is a real life lesson for you as well as them. For you, you're going to continue thriving, because the more that this happens, the more you're forced to continue on with your path. And so many times you need to be in isolation. You don't have a problem anyway, working on yourself. And during this time, you work out how to continue on using your power and your intuition, staying within and tapping with connection to spirit. But note that there are signs that you're actually leaving this realm, this old way of living. You start to experience a lot of fractured relationships, lots of conflicts, arguments, and all of a sudden it just comes out of nowhere. People will come against you. You don't even need to do too much. I can give you an example of what's happening with me at the moment, but this happens more and more as this happens. I don't get triggered and it makes people mad. Absolutely the other way around, and they start to get really angry. So because your energy is shifting, you start to pull away. You feel like you don't belong. As I said, relationships starts to crumble. You have lots of conflicts and misunderstandings. You don't vibe with anyone anymore. And these are the people that you used to have lots to talk about, lots to catch up with on a regular basis. You can say anything to them, but not anymore. Your energy is really shifting. And I've talked about the split of the earth from the old to the new. And when this happens, all sorts of other things happen to you. You may start to feel very negative. Money could be blocked or delays. Certain systems fail. Things that you have to do extra. Errands, accounts. There's something wrong with different accounts. Sometimes bad news about things. Car trouble. Loss of objects or keys. Anything could happen. And it won't make sense to you. Nothing will make sense, and you start to get really frustrated and you think, what's happening? Is this a dream? Is this a nightmare? You're physically here, but energetically, you just want to get the fuck out of here. You're not broken. As I mentioned in the shorts, you're simply outgrown your old timeline and you're leveling up. But physically, you're still having to deal with the old energy, and people are trying to tug at your energy and say, hey, what's happening? What's wrong with you? Why are you not like the before? So they'll start accusing you of different things. Things that are really hurtful because they have no other way of trying to hang on to you. So they think by accusing you of things, it makes you feel bad, and then you may hang on to the old ways. So the energy is very heavy, and you just think, why is it that everywhere I go, different things are happening to me? So Spirit's here to tell you, you're transitioning timelines, and you're walking on two realms and undergoing a spiritual upgrade. You are shifting into alignment, but you just can't feel it because you're still having to deal with two sets of energy. It's like one computer, but at the same time, you've got different systems, an old system and a new one, and it's conflicting each other. So therefore, you might come up with glitches, viruses, and things that are not fully calibrated. You feel very tired, your sleep patterns are disrupted. Sometimes you might wake up and you think you've had loads of sleep, but then it's only like 1 hour. Or the other way around. You've had loads of sleep, or you may have just one. Anyway, I'm trying to just express myself. It's not coming out quite. So sometimes you just have a wrong sense of timing. You don't know where you are, why you're putting up with certain people. And it's just getting louder and louder, and all you want to do is just spend time alone. Know that it's quite normal. And Spirit's here to say the tables are about to turn in your favor, and some of you have already started to turn in your favor as well. And for me, it started to turn in my favor, but I'm still putting up with all this crap that I don't want to, or because it's still a test. We're always receiving tests. And the more we are elevating, the more challenges we're going to come up with, the more chapters of the tests that we have to put up with. Spirit saying, trust the divine process, but with a blind faith. You need to trust this. Because you're about to expand in ways that you never imagined. And unfortunately, you're feeling sad because you know you're leaving the old, and you know that things can't be remaining in the same realm. You can't vibe with those people that are not catching up to you. You are expanding quite rapidly, and you're leading the way. So therefore, there's no one going to be following you that quickly. Some people are starting to wake up. Some people are still remaining the same. The ones that don't want to change because they're so ego-driven, they will be the ones that keep causing you trouble. You go one way, you go this way, they'll go the opposite. You say one thing, they'll start to say the other, or they start to oppose you. So just bear with this for the time being. Have a lot of patience and laugh this off. We are very sensitive souls. We need to use this as a part of a humor that the divine is giving us. hey, life is not meant to be that hard, but there are going to be tests for us to experience. We've signed up for it. And if you back out now, I can guarantee you things are going to be quite bad for you. Because there were times before where I said, I'm giving up. I'm not signing up for this. I can't handle this. Why do I have to put up with this? And I didn't do the work for a little while. There are so many times where I just want to quit this. And then things just start going rapidly wrong and went south. So realize that at any given time, all you need to do is ask for divine guidance. You're always going to get the help. So don't give up. And I'm just here to remind you this. And one thing for sure, how when things just go rapidly wrong, your job's not going well, it was, and then all of a sudden they don't need that kind of help anymore. Everything just doesn't go your way. Know that this is like a foundation being built. So you can just imagine a house undergoing a structural foundation or renovation. You're always going to see a lot of rubble and mess. But trust that you're going to realign this properly and clean up the mess. But it has to be done. So the time is now for you to not just think about things and work out exactly how you're going to action this. It's going to be a lot of discomfort that's going to continue because people are not going to like it that you're going somewhere else. They can feel it. That's why they're going against you. So I just want you to think about all this at the moment and keep looking after yourself. Keep giving yourself some necessary breaks. Treat yourself. And continue on with your path. There's going to be so many different processes. It's like going to a different journey or train stop. You're going to different train stops and then you may have to get off and then you have to come back and then you may have to go somewhere else. It's just different missions. And for some of you that are not really liking your job, try to see the brighter side of it. And really think about appreciating what you have, not what you've lost. So things are not falling apart. You're actually falling together. It's actually falling together and into alignment. Spirit is redirecting you. And you think it's breaking down, but you're actually breaking open into a new area. It's a very exciting time. I know the way I've created these videos looks like everything's falling apart, and it is, but for good. It's a divine intervention that is at its best, and I'm looking forward to it. I actually welcome tower moments as much as it's uncomfortable, but I actually look forward to it. And I take note of why this is falling apart and why divine has to give me this instead of me resolving this myself. So don't resist the shift. The chaos is sacred. and it's turning into your favor in every single way. Spirit is redirecting you to something far better than you actually even realize. So I hope this helps, and I'm going to continue just doing some shorts with a lot of like music that kind of vibe with you. And then I will stitch this up and put it all together in a longer video for you every week. And I'm sending you lots of love and blessings. And please provide me some feedback and comments. And I'm sending you lots of love and blessings. Bye for now.